touch behind. I was running from one thing to another this morning.
All
All
good.
good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, at least you're here. We're just getting started, so you're all good.
Cool.
So,
Oh,
Oh,
Andrew, you got three coaches, ex-TBH coaches here. You got
oh, Wally's signal. There you go.
He's in and
Wally,
out, man.
your
Matrix.
your your
uh-huh.
internet glitchy, and you're sounding
On
like a
my
robot.
side.
Yeah,
On my side. Okay. Is this better?
Slovenia internet.
This better?
yeah. It seems
Yeah.
to be good now.
All right, cool. So yeah, Andrew, if you didn't hear me, if it was all choppy and robotic, saying we got three ex coaches from TBH here. All three of us we're the most powerful in the emotional work. So you got Kevin Cedor, you got Nick, Rodham, and myself, who are all three powerful coaches. You got Nathan here, who's um, a client and also becoming part of our team as well.
Nice.
So give it, Andrew. Since you're new here, and love for you to start introduce yourself and what's going on for you, and bring it to the table to the men here.
Sure. Andy Richard. I live in South Carolina. I don't know if you guys are. I don't know where everybody's domiciled, but anyhow, close to the coast. Father of three. I've got two girls. One 18, one that'll be 17 in about a month, and I got a little man. He just turned 13 in January. As of last weekend, married 19 years, but that's kind of in peril right now. She came to
Mhm.
me right after Christmas, basically saying she wanted to separate. And so the last 2 months have been soul searching, talking to attorneys and all that kind of stuff. And I reached out to a buddy of mine he's been through it, and he actually introduced me to Wally. And so just kind of starting my journey. The few calls that I've had with Wally were extremely impactful. I'll be honest, just helping me kind of do some soul searching because where I'm at, I mean, whether I get divorced or whether we stay together, I mean, I realize I've got some stuff that I need to get worked out. Because eventually, whether I'm in the relationship with her forever, I'm going to be in a relationship with somebody, and I just want to be a better man. I want to show my son the way to be a good man, and I want my daughters to have a model. So as they choose a husband in the future, that they've got something to strive towards, not striving towards somebody that's just how I've been in the past, I guess, for lack of a better term. So that's kind of the
Yep.
goals. Came in kicking and screaming, but here I am.
Awesome.
Wow. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome.
Kevin, you want to speak to it, or Nick?
I mean, man, Andy, that's a great context. You know, that's really powerful. I could tell you, even talking to Wally, that's you got to do it for you, dude. And
Yeah.
so you're on the right track. Um, have you, like, where are you at? Like, it sounds like pretty early. Uh, are you still kind of attached to her, or have you let go? Um, and just grieved that this relationship is done and over, or does it still kind of tug at you a little bit?
It still tugs at me a little bit. I mean,
Yeah,
after yesterday, I mean, if you'd have called me yesterday, we would have this discussion yesterday. I'm like, I'm done. Because
yeah,
it was, no communication with her, dealing with
yeah,
attorneys, just the pissing back and forth of, give me more
ooh,
information.
mhm, yeah,
She came to me with the separation, made the big announcement of the kids, left for a few days and then came back, and then left for a few days and then came back. And most recently, she, told the kids, "Oh, I found a place. We're gonna be, rental, be moving there this
yeah,
weekend," and then came back because the attorney was like, "Don't establish another place, blah blah
come
blah."
back.
And so to answer,
Yeah.
sorry, that's a more legalistic answer to your question, but from an emotional standpoint, yeah, I mean, I'm still attached to an extent, but I'm getting to the point because of the lack of willingness to communicate. Because what I've asked for 2 months is like, just tell me, are we working to reconcile? Or are we working to divorce?
Oh.
She won't answer. She's like, no, I'm on yellow. If you ask her, like, well, are we getting divorced? No, I don't want divorce. And I'm like, well, we're not doing anything to reconcile. So where I've kind of landed is I don't control her. I don't control her mind. I don't control her emotions. I'm not going to sit there and beg to communicate. I'm just going to let her do her thing and work on me. So to answer your question, yeah, there's an attachment. I got 3 kids, got 19 years invested into this thing.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I mean, when I'm by myself in my mind, I do question of why are you continuing to push? Are you doing this for you? Or are you doing it because you're a clingy person? And because this isn't the first time, this came up probably 10, 15 years ago when my kids were really little, and I just put myself on the from my perspective. If you asked her, I'm a selfish son of a bitch, but from my
Mhm.
perspective, put myself on the back burner and said, I'm no man is going to raise my kids, it'll only be me. um
Uh-huh.
and so, but now, like I said, I got one in college, I got one that's a year away from college, and then I got my little man. So I'm like, is this even worth fighting for? Is it worth continuing doing the same crap, for another 20 years? Am I doing it just because it's ritualistic and it's, the commitment to God, the vows that were given, or am I really doing this for me? And that's what I kind of hope to, working through all this is kind of answer some of those questions. Is, are you doing it for you, or is it a different way? Because and I'm not trying to make this all about me, so please interject at any point.
Mhm.
But we were, I mean, it was a shotgun wedding. I was, I think,
Mhm.
22. She got pregnant.
Uh-huh.
Obviously you can just tell by my accent, other good old Southern guy. And so it's, all
Yeah.
right, you better, it's time to put up or shut up. You gotta man up and put childish things
Man
aside
up.
and get
Uh,
married and start raising these kids. And so where I kind of landed over the last couple of years is I'm like, well, I don't think she likes who I am in my essence, because she
mhm.
would she would complain like I'm angry and I'm not close, um, and not emotionally available. And there's truth in that, but some of it, I mean, she's done some shitty things over the years that made me push her away. But there again, I
Mhm.
mean, I'm asking myself the questions. I could have been the catalyst for some of that, but so
Mhm.
that's the
Yeah.
battle I fight in my head on a daily
Mhm.
day basis. Like, am I inherently this ogre that she makes me out to be, or am I inherently a decent person and I'm just not her person?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wow. What a story. Thanks for sharing all that. Oh boy. Oh.
Kevin, I love it.
Jeez, like, uh, I can see that you've really dug in here. You have so much wisdom in terms of how you're presenting this, and like the self-awareness that you've like just brought to this is amazing. Unfortunately, it doesn't fix things.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
Reading all the
dang,
books doesn't fix shit. That's
yeah,
right.
dang, getting more wisdom. But I also see like a lot of goodness in you. Like you're this southern guy who got into this situation with this, this woman that you loved or got attached to. Both of you together found something in each other, right? And you manned up. Like this, I heard you say like, "Oh, I manned up." I was like, whoa. I felt you there, this man. Oh, just manned up, and it's like this southern. You would take care of anything. I'm not letting any other man raise my children. That's powerful. Powerful. Wow. Um, I don't know, like, I'm just picking up, like, okay, you know, when we do that kind of thing and we become this guy, I'm sure you kind of know about, being a nice guy and how it turns women off. Everybody kind of knows that by now, right? So,
Yep.
yeah, it's not new to you because hell, none of this is going to be new. But if you think about it, like, so if you're, let's say a man comes along, he's a captain. He's got his own. He's a captain, and so you get this passenger, um, and then she decides to, you know, hitch on to you, man. She's in the wagon. You become the taxi driver. Let's put it that way. And anywhere she wants to go, whatever she wants to do, always trying to do it well. You look after the taxi. You change the tires. You learn how to drive well, right? And all of a sudden, um, like I heard this part about, well, she did some things to me, right? She pissed me off, and I get it. These women just piss you off so bad. You know that she's poking you. She's poking your insecurities. I know that Wally talked to you about that already. So it's like, well, then maybe you're not. You decide I'm not going to drive the taxi the same way. I'm not going to take you everywhere you want to go. Why would I do that? I'm kind of tired of driving this taxi. But if she's been driving the taxi or been the passenger in this taxi, and she's used to it every day, you're there, solid as a fucking rock, showing up. It's like, hey, open the door for her, get in, and in life, she's got this smooth. You make things good for her, and you're putting your heart and soul into this woman, and all you really want is, you know, you're a guy that even can boost yourself up well enough. You just maybe even need her to not be a bitch. Just that might be nice, right? So it's like, but
Sorry. Give me 2
you've been
seconds.
the tax, yeah,
No
you've been
problem.
the taxi
Thank
driver,
you.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So,
100.
when you stop that, all of a sudden you've been her source of appreciation. You've been building her up. You've been boosting her. And so for a woman, that goes away, then she blames you because now she's going to dip down when you're not showing up like that in that way. So it's kind of one of those things that you get yourself into these situations because of these, I don't know, it's like these insecurities that we have from when we're young, and it makes us want to please them, to be the good taxi driver. And it's like, wow, you know, um, if I stop that for a day or even an hour or a couple of days, she really goes she goes into the tank, and then she's gonna take it out on you, you know,
Yeah.
and it just goes from there. Yeah, yeah, man. So what is there that had you be that taxi driver, right? And to just go along with things, and like, do you really know who you are so that nothing she says bothers you? Those types of things, you know?
No.
What's
To
going
answer
on
that,
underneath?
to answer that question, I mean, I would honestly say I don't know at this point. I mean, that is something that I've come
Right.
introspective with. Like, I don't even know who the hell I am. I mean,
There you go, man.
I've continued to cut things out and cut things out and cut things out.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was at a men's group this morning, and it hit me. I was like, I quit coming to these kinds of things. I used to, I had a huge network of friends, and typically, it was either like job change or something, like my best friends I had since I grew up. I live in the same area that I grew up in, and they
Yeah.
had been my best friends my whole life. And something for me that happened is, talking about the issue with her, is, early in our marriage, she reached out to an ex-boyfriend, and his wife actually called me. I didn't even know his wife. And she found my number. She called me and said, "Hey, your wife's been calling my husband," and it crippled me. I mean, it just brought me to my knees. And so, like
Ooh,
like my
ooh,
friend, my friend network, um, I was ashamed. I was like, my wife, for all I don't know if there was a physical thing or not. I can't prove it. But it was it was definitely at least an emotional affair from where I was. So it crippled me. Um, and in
wow,
that
crippled
point
you.
in time, it was my fault. She would
Mm.
say the same thing she's saying today. I'm, not available. It was just a
Yep.
good voice to reach out to, and she apologized for it years later. She didn't apologize for it in the moment. She apologized for it years later. But I've held on to that, and like I said, so I cut out a lot of my friends because I was
Uh,
ashamed. I'm the guy showing
shame.
up with the wife that has done this to him. Um,
Whoa.
so then fast forward, so a lot of my friends were just work acquaintances, for lack of a better term. But fast forward to the last couple of years. I mean, it's just been, I cut more stuff out. I don't go to the men's group anymore. It's literally, I work, I come home, do stuff with my kids, fill my head with bullshit, watching TV,
Yep.
or like
Yep.
playing video games with my son or something like that. And so wash,
Oh,
rinse,
wow.
repeat, wash, rinse, repeat. That's been the daily cycle. So
So what are
to
you
your point,
avoiding? What are you avoiding? All of these behaviors are just you avoiding something, man. It's like numbing you out. So what can you feel when you go to do these things, like you reach for the remote, when you, I don't know, sometimes it's food, sometimes it's jerking off, sometimes it's video games, sometimes it's drugs, sometimes it's fucking gambling, like who the hell knows? It could be anything. But you can feel it. You could feel it if you let yourself feel it, when those times happen. Um, I'm picking up on some avoidance. And so when this avoidance happens, she can feel that. And then she's going to say, well, you're not there for me. I don't feel safe. I don't know, you're not there and all that stuff. You stop driving the taxi the way she wants, right? You're like, hey, I don't
yeah,
feel like driving the taxi. I'm gonna go and do whatever it is I'm gonna do. And are you at the point, so you got the knowledge, you got the wisdom, you see what's going on, you're literally telling us. You're like, hey guys, this is what I do. And yeah, it's not working. My life is not working. And it's like, okay, well, let's look at what you're doing. Like, let's just look at what you said here. I go and do these things. And that's avoiding what you know you should be doing. So those are driven by feelings. So it's like, are you able to kind of just sit back and breathe and just like say, okay, oh, okay, what's going on inside my body here, right? You're riding around in this body that's doing all these things. It's like, what does it feel? Do you know? Are you aware? You might not be. And I was in that position. Believe me, like Nick and me and Wally, we were all there,
Yep, all there.
and we were all there. Like, can you feel that feeling that is happening inside you, in your body? Um, when you just even think about those avoidant behaviors, or is it still all words in the head?
I can agree with that. I don't know what I'm
It's
avoiding. I
okay.
feel like I avoid. I don't go all in
Mhm.
on like full potential type things.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
follow places of safety. I mean, like when I got into my
Safety.
current when I got into my current job, I had high aspirations of kind of start my own thing. I've been in banking for 15 years. I got tired of working for a
Yeah.
man, and a buddy of mine brought me on, and I like what I do. I've got a,
Okay.
I'm more in touch with growing it. But long story short, something hit me the other day. I'm a taker.
Right.
I'm a taker. I don't give
Oh,
back. I don't give
You're a
back. Like
taker.
I don't
You're
give back.
mean.
Well, I don't like. I will go to the men's group and I'll share what I'm thinking, but I'm not going to.
Oh,
Um, I'm not a big facilitator. Like if I go to church, like I'll go to church, but I'm not volunteering. I just tell myself that's not my thing.
I mean, you're
Um,
selfish. Are you telling me that I'm selfish? I take and I don't give back. Is that your? Is that what you're telling me? I just go into
I
these things and take.
I think to the world, like a lot of it, and
Right.
like I don't necessarily feel like I do that with my family. I feel like I give to my family.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But I was and I was talking to somebody the other day, and it was like, what is your purpose? It can't be your family. I don't have one.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's always been my mantra, is my purpose is my family. Um and they're, like I said, I'm 5 years, they're out the door, and so as
Do you
far as
feel
purpose.
shame? Do you feel shame when you go to these situations and you take and you are you kind of a lurker? You just kind of absorb it and listen and don't contribute.
No, I
Is there an
engage.
emptiness
I
and not
engage.
engage? You engage,
No,
okay?
I'm not a wallflower. I definitely engage, and I get something out of that for sure. And I
Okay.
want to be that guy. I want to help people.
Ah.
Whenever they're, in need of something, I want to be that person that helps people
Mm,
out.
okay.
But like I said, I don't know. I mean, when it comes to like the religious stuff, I'm a little bit jaded. I grew up. Um, my dad, he found God and got really, really into it, and actually was the pastor, and so I saw the ugly side of church, and so that turned me
The
off,
ugliness.
and so I was like,
Okay.
all right, that's this thing isn't for me. Um, and I kind of saw him as kind of hypocritical because I'd see the stuff that he would do, and I'm like, you're this man of God. This is what this is. But again, that's him. That doesn't have to be me. And so I guess
Because you're going to be like God. This is the religious aspect of this. I'm hearing here. You're like, so there's these situations where you're a taker. Then you're going to go into this religious setting with there's the the whole thing with, well, it's a little hypocritical. Everybody's pretending to be something, and um, and you know that they're not. They're like, oh, I'm all this holy person, but behind the scenes what the hell's going on. You know it, right? So it's
yeah.
um, like the thing about with religion is like, do you feel like, I don't know how religious you are? Like, do you believe in God? Were you brought up that way, or are
Yeah, no,
you just like,
no, I definitely do. And
okay,
it's interesting. I kind of had an interesting experience this morning. I got up, and
yeah,
I got up at the crack of dawn, and went for a ruck, and the message in my head was, a verse that I had heard, and I didn't know exactly what it was, but it was, be slow to be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. And it was like something in my head, because I was like, I need that in my life right now, so I don't just pop off every
mm,
time I'm having an interaction with these attorneys and my wife, and then keeping it, not letting it work me up. So it was a kind of a mantra I had for probably the last, I don't know, 20 minutes of the ruck. And the interesting thing enough, I show up to this men's group, and they were reading a Bible passage, and that's what it was. It was
Wow.
mm,
James. It was James 1. I mean, I can.
okay,
The only reason I know it's James 1 is because I just went to it this morning, not because I had it memorized and knew that it was James. And last weekend, I'm just going to pull it up if you guys got 2 seconds, and I'll just read it
Yeah,
to you
go
so
for it.
you got it. Here we go. Yeah, James 1:19. This my beloved brethren, be everyone must be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger, for the anger of man does not achieve the righteousness of God. And so I just found that to be powerful because last weekend, um, I got down on my knee because to your point about religious, I do believe in God, but I haven't been walking closely with him. And I got on my knees and thank goodness
Mm.
Wally's figured out how to just pull wailing tears out of me that I haven't had in 20 years.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah.
I got down on my knees and it was after church. I was, the songs at church should just I couldn't hardly say the words because I was getting choked up. I sang the same stupid songs 500 times. They didn't mean anything. And I couldn't even sing them. And so anyhow, I did. I got down on my knees and I just was screaming. I was like, I just want to
Mm.
just tell me. I want to hear you, and I want to know that you exist, and I want to know your presence, and I want you to put people in my life
Ah.
that to speak to me. And and then, like I
Yeah.
said, interestingly enough, I mean, I've been invited to this Red Truck Man thing for several months, and I didn't go. And I was like, I'm going. And I was gonna take my son, but I was like, no, because then he's gonna be my shield, and I'm not gonna open
Mm.
up. He's gonna be my little buffer. And I was like, no, he needs to stay home. So if opportunity does present itself, I can
Mhm.
be open and honest. And so I did. Like I said, we read through James 1, and it almost I kind of laugh. It made me want to laugh and cry at the same time. It made me want to laugh from a standpoint of like, I asked for it, you gave it to me, and it
Yep.
was funny. Like I
Ah.
said, that mantra was in my head all day. And then the emotional side of it is, man, how many years have I just been alone in my mind and in the world, and I didn't
Right.
have to be, and so anyhow,
Ooh.
that's a very roundabout way of coming to your point of
Yeah.
about religion. And like you had mentioned, shame, there's times like when it comes time to tithe, like I've always struggled with tithing because
Yeah.
um, I go into a legalistic communication with myself about it. I'm like, well, back then they needed a tithe because they didn't have a federal government that provided all of these things. It was the church. The church provided help to those in need. And I'm like, Uncle Sam takes my tithe out of mine pretty heavy, and so I feel like I've met my obligation to society.
Mhm.
Um, and so, but there are times I feel shameful. 'Cause that's a time I feel like I'm taking and I'm not giving.
Okay.
Um,
Wow. So you've obviously done some emotional work here. I heard this with Wally. So if you kind of can think about, okay, this, like this, you mentioned that within the world, do you feel that love is taken away, or that there is no love for you in the world?
no, I feel there's love in the world for me. I feel like I've been
Okay.
trying to get it from people instead of
Okay.
getting it from a more spiritual setting, because I understand people will
Try to get it from
always
people. Yep.
always fail me, and I feel like love at time with people is conditional.
Is it because
um
you're evil? Do you feel like you're bad? Where do you see that you're bad? What's the dark secrets that you're keeping here? I know there's lots of great stories and you're sharing a ton, and I really want to acknowledge that. But there's some darker secret underneath that's keeping that you believe keeping people from loving you because you want to go and get it.
yeah.
And
Go ahead, please.
so one of the things that is just going to back what Kevin is saying is your wife is saying that you're an ogre, right? And
Yeah.
ogres are cool, right? So she's trying to show you that there's something there that you believe about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
you
mean,
know, man,
And,
like,
and, and,
like there,
and we
there's so many
recognize it.
similarities between you and me. It's crazy. Like my
Yeah.
dad's a pastor. I was the ogre in the basement. Like just there's
Mhm.
so many things that are just really interesting to hear your
Yeah.
story and how it's
yeah.
resonating with me. But yeah, like what's is there something there that like Kevin was saying that you the feeling of being evil or bad?
The only person that I feel like uh I feel like where I get that message is from her. I mean, that she thinks that I'm
Mhm.
evil. Now, is there a time that I feel like I'm bad? It's when I'm not getting and I'm not getting accepted from her. So I start having these thoughts in my head of, everybody else seems to be okay with me. My friends think that
Mhm.
I'm okay. They don't think that I'm, an asshole. She constantly thinks that I'm an asshole. My kids think I'm great, and I've had some pretty candid conversations, just predominantly with my older kids, over the last several months. And I'm like, hey man, if I got blind spots and I'm doing something that's hurtful towards you, or anything like that, if I'm being a jackass, tell me I'm being a jackass. I would love to have a long-term relationship with you guys, and I understand y'all can cut me off tomorrow because I cut my parents out, for all intents and purposes.
Okay.
um
There it is.
and
So
and so
mommy hurt love.
say it again.
Your mommy hurt love for you. She did not do her job to have you be a person that felt loved,
Yeah, and
especially with women.
I didn't put two and two together. Like Wally brought that up because I always blame my dad. My dad,
Yeah.
Mhm.
he beat my ass more than one time out of. And granted,
Yeah.
whatever, people get disciplined, and I believe in discipline as well. But there are times he
Well,
just straight beat my
Yeah.
ass out of anger.
you deserve
And
to be punished, right?
yeah, and
Right?
and so yeah,
And
and
mom
so
did
like,
You're
protect
the
him. Yeah. Mom
and
did protect
that's
you.
and that's the thing. I never sat back and looked at it. I was like, she never
Mhm.
once like told him, hey, don't do that to him. That's not
Yeah.
cool. And
Yeah.
like I said, I mean, I can still to this day, I can hear the belt snapping through the belt buckles. And my dad's, not anymore, but in his prime, I mean, he was 6'5", 275 pounds, and I'm fucking 5'10" and probably 130 soaking wet back then.
He
And
bullied
I'm
you.
thinking, oh yeah, yeah,
He bullied you.
yeah. And I
Poor
did
little
some,
guy.
yeah, and I did some work before I, got back here with Wally. I did a bullet pull, I guess you would call it, with Sean last weekend,
Mhm.
and we talked about that a lot. And we drilled into like what's the earliest time that you can think of with dad. And I was like, man, I can remember I couldn't have been more. We were still living in a double wide, and we moved out of that double wide when I was in second grade. So I mean, I couldn't have been more than 5 or 6 years old. And he comes, I can't find my shoes, and he flips the fuck out and
Mhm.
comes in and takes my toy box and dumps it all out in the room. And he's screaming and yelling and
Wow.
find your shoes. And I found it. It was literally under my
Holy
bed.
shit.
It was under my bed. I was like, it's right here. And then he just
Must have
walked
been
out and said,
scary.
clean this shit up. And then he just left. And I'm just sitting here kind of in
Yeah.
shock. And
Yeah.
I mean, I could give you, and it wasn't like every weekend or anything like that happened, but I can think of
Oh
many
no, that's
times,
okay. Ha, ha, that's fine. I follow you, dude.
throughout my childhood, and never once do I remember mom coming in and being like, "It's all right, buddy. You know, this has
That's
happened."
the
And
trauma.
yeah, and
The trauma is when you're alone with that fear and pain.
mhm,
And being alone is, as a child like that, is no less scary than death itself.
yeah,
And so you figured out ways to um,
Cope.
deal with it because
yeah,
it's your fault. That's the only conclusion a young boy could come to, right? It's the only thing that you could ever come to as a child. Big Andy is not there to say, "Hey, man, don't worry, this guy's just, doing what he's doing. You're good. You didn't have that there. Your mom didn't come to hug you, to hold you, to say there. It's okay. To soothe your heart, to soothe your nervous system. So you
Yeah.
did it yourself. You figured out a way, right? But that way of withdrawing, like the pain becomes so much. You got to figure out a way. This fucking hurts. What the fuck am I going to do? I'm going to figure a way to not hurt.
Yeah.
And that's that. So now that's your go-to. It's your record that's on fucking, it's like a broken record that keeps going back and flipping back. It just keeps going over and over because that's what you figured out how to deal with stuff. So you stop driving the taxi when something is not right. Something triggers you a little bit, and you're gonna pull back, and then she feels you pull back and says, "Oh, Andy's gone. Poof, he's gone. Okay, he's
Yeah.
not driving the taxi. I'm either gonna now get mad at him and try to tell him. I'm gonna point out to him by shit testing him, spewing venom at him, or I'm just gonna go and talk to some other guy and have an emotional affair, or maybe ride his big cock. Who knows? You don't know, right? You just said I don't know. So
Yeah.
yeah, this way of dealing with hurt is the program that you figured out when you were whatever age you were. I think you said 10 or 11, maybe 12. I don't know.
Yeah, I was probably
So
about 13 or 14 years old because for
yeah,
me, that like my story that I tell people when they're like, what was your like defining moment? I
yeah,
was probably 13 or 14. I was as tall as I am today. I was, probably 6 feet and thinking my
hmm
shit didn't stink.
yep,
And I can't even remember, like, I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. Like, my mom was like, hey, you got a project due on
yeah,
Monday. You haven't started it. And I distinctly remember I was literally standing the way our house was set up, standing in the area between like the kitchen and the living room. My dad's sitting in his recliner and he came out like a fucking bull. And he literally
yeah.
he grabbed me by the seat of my pants and carried me outside, flew right by my mom and my sister,
Wow,
and went outside. He jacked me up. I was dangling by my feet because again he's 6'5". I'm just a little old 6 foot nothing
jeez,
Andy, and he's spewing in my face. He's like, "Do you want to fight me? You think you're a big man?" And I was like, "No." And I was like, "No, I don't want to fight you."
wow,
And then the old belt came off, and he beat the fuck out of me that day.
yeah,
And
hmm
and from that day forward, I said, "I will do everything to spite y'all." And that's being
there
him
you.
and my mom. And I was like, "Fuck you and fuck
Fuck
you."
you,
I was like,
fuck you, fuck
Yeah,
you, fuck you, fuck
I
off.
know.
and
There you
and
go.
so in my mind, from that moment, I mean, I had never had straight A's in school. I was in high school. I was a freshman
hmm
the next year, so I had to have been 14. I was in 8th grade, and so anyhow, I get to high school and I got straight A's for the first time ever, and I was
hmm
like, "Oh, okay, that wasn't that
Yeah,
hard
yeah,
actually." And so
yeah,
blew through high school, got good grades, had no idea what I wanted to do, but I was like, "I'm
yeah,
going to
yeah. I'll
college."
show them.
Nobody,
No, I'm gonna show them.
no, 100%,
Right?
100%,
Get the
and
grades. I'll be smart.
yeah, I was like, y'all, I was
Awesome.
like, y'all never went to college, so fuck you. I'm
Yeah,
going to
fuck you.
college. And so,
I'm gonna be.
and
That's
I,
good.
and I carried that with me. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
kind of my source. I viewed anger as my fuel.
hmm
It's like
Right.
when I
Right.
get mad, that's my fuel. That's my comfort place is from a place of
Yeah.
anger. If I'm
Yes.
pissed,
There it is.
I,
Yeah.
I can, I can take on anything. You're not going to make
We
me
can tell. I
sad.
can tell, man. Oh yeah, I can feel that energy. Ooh.
Yeah. And
Oh, yeah.
that's where I feel like I get my fuel from is from
Yeah.
anger.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I
Yeah.
mean, I had few relationships in college and all that. And then poof, I get out. I'm a year out of college, meet her, uh, knock her up, get married.
Yeah.
And then 3 kids later, I mean, that's the
Yeah.
funny thing. I joke with like most of my friends started having kids when I was done. I
Yeah.
joke, I'm like, shit, man, I had a mortgage and 3 kids by the time you decided to get your life together. So I thought I
Ooh.
had my life together. You know, I thought I had it.
Yeah, you're showing
I got a
everybody, man.
yeah. I got a
This
career.
is
I
the
got a
big cosmic
family.
fuck you to everyone. The
Hmm.
fucking world. The fuck her, fuck you, fuck my parents, fuck everybody. I'll have the kids, I'll do all this shit, and I'll just.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
that's awesome.
And I
Yep.
love how that just came up because now, Andrew, can you see how that right there is you saying the same thing to your wife?
Mhm.
Oh, 100%. It's especially what I've
Wow.
been for the last 2 years. Because when she'd come to me about whatever it might be, where
Mhm.
I've gotten to, it's yeah, it's like, you know what, fuck you. You know, I've been doing this for this many years. You've done these things to me in the past. I've never done some shit like this to you before. And you
Yeah,
know
but
what? If
hey,
you want to
Andy.
leave, go.
Hey, Andy. You know, there's another person that you have told to fuck off.
Oh, it's the one staring at the guy in the bottom left of the screen, I'm sure.
Yeah, man. Like we all have a lot of different selves, right? So this weak, skinny self that got fucking shit kicked in the backyard wasn't protected by mom. You told him, fuck you. I'm not going to be that. That's the one that's playful. That's the one that's curious. That's the one that other people's child selves want to play with you. But you've told them to fuck off
Hmm.
so long now. Like, I see this Andy on the screen and like, oh, I can take on the world. You're a great provider. You know, this is the old double-edged sword, right, man? It's like it's a gift. You've got every man has this gift to just dig deep, and when it comes time to freaking get things done, you can get things done. You can provide, and you can make it and survive, and
Yeah.
you have done that. You've done it, but there's a part of you now that's been told to fuck off, and we sometimes will call it abandonment because mom abandoned you, dad abandoned you, beat on you, right? So that was just two different forms of abandonment, and now you're going back and forth between different forms of abandonment to people around you, but yourself, this little boy, this little guy that just deserved to be loved. All he wanted to do was do the best. Like you said, I didn't know what I'm in trouble for. I have no fucking clue. I get it, man. I'm in trouble my whole life. Like Nick and Wally will know I came to the calls at TVH. We're doing good. I spend my fucking life. I don't know why I'm in trouble. I have no fucking clue to this day why I get in trouble, except abandoning that self, that part of me, this slice, and and the part that I let drive the ship is the fuck you guy.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
yeah, man.
and
You
I
know the
cannot
flip.
tell you, Kevin, just to interrupt for a second. Like Andrew,
Yeah.
done bullet pulls when Kevin and I were in the bullet pull husband. Kevin and I worked a lot with each other. We pulled. I did a pull with him. He did a pull with me. I
Oh
did with
yeah.
Nick, and back and forth.
Yeah.
And so all of us have worked with each other and done work with each other. And what Kevin is speaking to, man, I remember the time, and I actually have this in my book, The Rite of Passage, that I wrote. About a guy sitting in a car not wanting to go into his home because he was just fuck you. I don't want to go and I don't want to go see my wife. My kids are old enough. I just want to fucking get in my car and drive the fuck off. And that was Kevin.
I'm
That
famous.
was Kevin. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me,
Yeah. Fuck you.
but to your point, like what kind of drove me to this current epiphany moment, for lack of a better term, is when I was at like my pit. You know, she's told me she wants to leave. She's told me she wants to separate. In my mind, I go to worst case scenario with everything. It's I'm losing my house, I'm losing my kids, I'm losing a marriage of 19 years. And Wally, I don't know if I told you this or not, but
Thanks.
it was the middle of the night, and I woke up middle of the night,
Yeah.
and all I
Wow.
could hear screaming in my head was, please stop hurting me, please stop hurting
Ooh.
me.
Yeah.
And then that's where
Wow.
I started going to, whoa, where's the basis of all this? And that's where it
Yeah.
took
You
me
told me
back
about that.
to Yeah, and that's where it took me
Wow.
back to the little kid stuff, and because like in that moment, I just wanted to scream to my wife and be like, "Would you please stop hurting me? Jesus Christ, you can't take anything else." I mean, I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen the movie. Shit, I can't remember the name of it, with Steve Carell,
It's okay.
but anyhow, like
Uh,
in the beginning of it, his wife tells him that she's cheating on him and she wants a divorce, and he's just like, "Please stop talking, please stop talking." And he eventually just jumps out
Crazy
of the
Stupid Love.
car. Yes, crazy stupid love, and that's why I felt in that moment. I was like, I'm gonna jump out of the fucking car. It's moving. I don't care. I just need to jump out. Um,
Yeah.
and that's where I was. I'm definitely in a better, I think, a better place today. Obviously, time helps heal, and just going through some of this helps. I'm not having the massive anxiety constantly, every waking moment. I mean, it was nice
Good
to
for
wake up
you.
this morning. I woke up this morning not thinking about this, the whole
Yeah.
divorce and separation. I can't even remember what it was. It was something frivolous, but I was like, holy crap, it's 5 a.m. I slept all the way to 5. Holy shit. Um,
Nice. That's
and it
good.
wasn't the first thought in my head. Now, granted, it took about 30 seconds and it crept right back in, but it wasn't the first thought. And so it was pleasant. So I know that progress is being made, and I know this thing comes in waves. It's not a straight line. There's ebbs and flows, there's mountains, there's valleys. I don't know how I got onto all this, but to your point, yeah, I mean, there are times I'm like, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know who I am. I mean, I went, I grew up, hunting and everything as a young person. I hadn't done it in decades, and I had an opportunity last year to go by myself. And dude, I had anticipation like I was a kid at Christmas. I mean, it was amazing. I'm like, that's a part of me I haven't embraced in years. And I did it, and it was great. And it was like I was just connected. I was like, oh, cool. That's in there. That's a part of who I am that just hasn't been there forever. And I'm sure there's a lot of other
That's
aspects
that's the
to
little
it as
boy.
well. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. In
Yeah.
sports, like I very, for me growing up, it was, I was in the woods, or I was playing sports, and I had a pretty bad back issue from about 30 until I was almost 40. I finally got an actual fix in 2020. But for years, I mean, I where I had found my identity and my physicality and being able to be athletic and do all those things, I couldn't do shit. Like I literally could sit on the couch and I could watch TV. And other than that, I was in a constant state of pain. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, that has nothing to do with my child hurts or anything, but I think that's where some of these horrible habits kind of crept in, where you just sit on your ass.
Mhm.
And luckily, like I said, I had the surgery. I haven't missed a weekly workout in, almost 3 years. And so I'm
Wow.
getting I'm getting that part back. But the other parts of who I am, some of them I don't even know who they are, or I don't know who I am. And so there's little glimpses here and there, that I'm starting to rediscover. But yeah,
Wow. Yeah. There's a lot there, and she's come a long way. That's for sure.
yeah. But then, like, so where it becomes kind of crippling today, it's where like this happens. I'm like, God damn it, I've overcome some shit, and here we are getting kicked in the nuts again. Here we are back on my fucking knees again. Like I probably took my marriage for granted, because I was like, oh, it's there, it's a solid. I don't have to worry about that. I can worry about work. I can worry about helping her build her company. I can help keep my kids on the right path, and um, so I feel like I'm doing the right
Rose shape.
things,
It's
but
just stunning. It's beautiful.
but then I'm getting. I feel like it's like I'm being punished, and I feel like I've done all these right things, and it just like, God fucking sucks. But
That little boy is getting punished over and over again. And who's punishing him? Like dad's not coming in, grabbing you by your ankles, and kicking your ass anymore, is he?
No, no, now he's
No.
old and I'm bigger than he is. He's a shell of
Uh-huh.
himself today. I mean, shit, I could
Right.
breathe on him wrong and he'd fall over.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
me. I mean, it's me.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
nobody else to point the finger at. It's me.
Yeah. So you say you don't know who you are, but well, what's like the all the parts of yourself need to be integrated. And if you've been telling this part of yourself, or maybe more than one part, it could be a few, to fuck off along with the rest of the world, how are you going to be integrated and know who you are?
Yeah.
How does that work?
It
No.
doesn't work.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So then if you're doing the emotional work and there's, obviously always more to go. Like when I started emotional work, I was like, oh, okay, now that I've done that, that'll be done and I'll be good. I'm good. Nope.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, no, not a fucking chance. So it's like, okay, you're doing that. And what else is missing to be in integrity and to integrate all the parts of yourself? You mentioned a few, right? But what's the most important part?
The most important part of me,
Yeah, if you don't know yourself, what would be the most important part that you would want to get to know? What would he be like? Who is this guy that you want to get to know? Can you imagine?
I mean, just this. I mean, I know I've got a part of me somewhere that's just more carefree. It's not everything is
Ah,
programmed and everything is just
carefree guy.
scheduled, and because that's I find comfort in that place. It's scheduled. I know this is going to happen at this time. I can have expectation. I mean, my buddy told me the other day, he's like,
Sure,
dude,
it's comfortable.
you make so many decisions out of fear. He's like, what the hell are you scared of everything? And it's like, I don't
It's yeah,
scared if I lose my job, I'm gonna lose my house. And I'm real quick to tell other people. I'm really good at it. I'll
yeah,
tell other people, but like, man, think what is the worst case scenario? Oh, you lost your job and you go find another better one next week, and you're probably gonna make more money because you're not just sitting there doing the same thing. But I'm not willing to bet on myself. I'll bet on other people, you know. You know,
ah. Don't trust
I
yourself.
no, I'm
Huh?
afraid of failing. I'm afraid because I'm afraid of losing the stuff. You know, I'm afraid of losing
Yeah.
the house. I'm afraid that if
Yes.
I fail, my kids are going to see me as a failure.
Ooh.
Um, you
Ooh.
know, I feel like I'm supposed to be the constant stability to everybody, and it's slowly takes me to a place of madness because it's just repetitive. I feel like I'm not reaching my potential. I mean, like I said, I worked with people for when I was in banking for all those years. I'd see everybody's financial statements, and I'm like, this guy is dumb as a fucking brick, and he runs laps around me financially because he took he took the risk, he took the jump, and so I'd envy people like that. I'm like, he literally can barely tie his shoes from an intelligence standpoint, and he's raking it in because wasn't scared to take a risk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I mean, I live in that world of I'm scared to take a risk and really bet on myself. And so I just fall into that place of complacency because there's no noise in it. Like I said, if I'm watching a movie, I can just go
Comfortable.
live in I can go live in that vicarious world for a couple of hours, and you know,
Right.
and
Yeah,
before
it's comfortable.
and before like all of this, before I had all this anxiety and shit, it'd be like, oh, even better. I can eat a gummy, feel good, relax. My wife actually liked me better that way because I wasn't pissed and angry. I'm Mr. Chilled and
Angry.
relaxed. And so I'm like, it was an easy
Mr. Fuck
wash for,
off goes away.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
But
I'm
Mr.
laughing. I
Good,
can,
but
you know,
yeah.
but that's the
And then
person
all of a sudden she likes you some more.
Oh, 100%. I'm fun loving because she said that. She's like, when we go on a trip together, go off, and that's always been my excuse. It's like, well, when we bring the kids back into it and life back into it, that you got to be serious. You got to take it seriously. And,
Uh-huh.
I froze.
and when we're alone and by ourselves, we can laugh and cut up because there's not a care in the world. But when the world's there, it's for me, if it doesn't have order, I can't be a part of it. I don't want any
Okay, the
part of chaos.
chaos. The feminine is chaos, man.
Yeah.
So you're telling her to fuck off when she starts the chaos. You tell yourself to fuck off when the little boy brings some chaos. But it's also going to be fun. There's some fun in there. There's play. There's experimenting. There's this whole black and white stuff about chaos is bad. This part of me is bad, but or good. This black and white thinking about yourself and others, like it's childish. That's how children think. You're stuck back in this childish, oh yeah, she's chaos and bad, and I'm bad, and I gotta fucking abandon that part of myself. And I don't give to the group I take. I'm going back a little ways here in our conversation, but you see these judgments,
Yeah.
like it's very hostile. And it's
Yeah.
like when I'm not that way, I eat a gummy. Oh fuck! All of a sudden, she likes me. I like me. It's better. I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. So it's like, okay, if you're afraid, like if we look at, okay, if you feel confident in something, well, that's because you have competence in something and you know what's going to happen. But chaos means I don't know what's going to happen. And if I
Yeah.
don't trust myself to be okay in the face of I don't know what's going to happen, then maybe that's an area to look at.
Yeah.
Maybe there's what areas of your life do you need to build trust in yourself? Because if you can trust yourself more, then you can trust others. You can trust her with, being a venomous bitch and all the judgments you're going to lay for now. That's fine. But you're going to see the truth after a while. Like after you get up to the next plateau, because you're not far enough up the mountain to see it. But when you climb up the mountain a bit, and maybe you have hiked a bit up in the mountains, and you get to maybe the meadow somewhere, and you're like, holy shit, this looks a lot different when I'm looking down on everybody, couple thousand feet lower, and you're looking down there at whatever lake or who knows what it is, or just the foothills. You're like, everything looks a lot different.
Yeah.
Maybe I was a bit harsh on myself and everyone else. And maybe I didn't need to just show everybody I'll be, fuck off. Everybody just fuck off. I'm going to do it. Like maybe there's a version of you that could see more clearly reality. What's real versus what this 12, 13-year-old version is feeling because his dad fucking violently grabbed him, turned him upside down, and beat the fuck out of him and said, "You're the big man. I'm gonna fucking blah." Well,
Yeah.
that you learned that from him,
Yeah.
and when that comes out, everybody's gonna move away from that. That's natural for people to do. And
Yep.
blaming people for moving away from basically your violent dad, which is what you look like. We can't help it. We look
Yeah.
like or act like our dad. Like, you can't blame people for that.
Yep.
So maybe if you go farther up the mountain in some areas of your life and reconnect with this kind of boy that, yeah, he brings some chaos, but he brings curiosity and play and fun. That's the guy that comes out a little bit from behind the rock who's been hiding. You take that gummy and the nervous system calms down a bit. You're like, oh, geez, I can breathe. Oh, I had a pretty good sleep or whatever it was. Like, oh, I can show up a bit more. That's who's showing up. That's the little boy that everybody else's little person inside wants to come out and play with.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this angry motherfucker who's just judging yourself and judging everybody and hostile as fuck. But you got to love him too. Hey, don't get me wrong. This version of you, he's provided. That's why you have heat and lights, and you got the fucking nice ceiling fan I see, and you got a nice warm room
Oh,
and a walls.
this is
You
my
know?
shitty office, man.
Yeah, well, okay, there you go, another judgment. Looks good to me, but you judge. It's not good enough. It's all there all the time. It's fucking. That's gotta be really draining. You know that just
Yeah.
that I'm not good enough. This is my shitty office. You know, like that takes so much energy, and you maybe even where's that energy coming from? Like, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's so
Yeah.
hard, right? Like, is there a version of you that can allow yourself just to relax, enjoy, and not have to protect and hold that armor on and just be vulnerable and say, hey, you know what? Okay, all right, you're mad. You know, wife comes, she's mad, pissed off. How can you stabilize things and just remove that part of you that's angry and mad, but not disown the part of you that's like that. Just to understand who he is. Just hey, it's okay. I can feel mad, but you know what? Um, mad, angry Andy, we don't need you today for the next hour. You go have coffee, and little Andy's going to come because I think he'll be able to deal with wife better. I think
Yeah.
little Andy is going to handle this situation a bit better. And let little Andy drive the boat for a little while. Let him sit on your lap and learn how to drive the boat, and then maybe the little girl inside of her can reconnect with the little boy inside of you.
Wow.
Yeah.
But what do you got to do to have that integration, the integrity of yourself, so that you can trust that the little boy can take the helm for a little while? That's the question I would have for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
The is it a Pixar movie? It's about emotions.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is everybody freeze?
Sorry.
Am I frozen?
Screen and
Yeah.
blip, but you're back now.
No.
You're okay, Nick.
Yeah, you're coming through.
Yeah,
Oh, we're back.
I had to go on video, guys, because I'm driving down to my dance lesson. So
What were you saying, Nick?
So I was saying, if you've seen the movie Inside Out, you can see how the different emotions were driving the boat, right?
Yep.
yeah,
So it's very similar to that, but we don't want to have our emotions driving us.
Yeah.
We want to be in control, right? Because our emotions will cause us to do things that we don't want to do. And that anger is an emotion that is going to cause you to regret a lot of things if you're just flowing in that anger all the time. So what Kevin is saying is, yeah, you need to be able to reconnect with that little boy, and working with Wally is going to help you get there. So it's just going to be awesome to see how you progress and what's going to come out of this as you continue to do this work, because it's powerful work, man. Like it's
Yeah.
life-changing stuff, and it's going to be nothing but beneficial for you and your whole family and everybody that you interact with.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where you're going to go with this, man. This is
I'm ready
amazing.
for it. I'm ready for it. I've been
And I wanted
searching for
Nathan
it.
to, and I wanted Nathan to share a bit of something he shared with me last night, something powerful for a couple minutes. Just, I thought it was really powerful and beautiful what happened there.
Yeah, it's Andy or Andrew. I don't know which one you prefer to be called, but
Either one, man.
yeah, man, I resonate with so much of what you shared. Like, it's yeah, man, and having just the ownership to show up for yourself and to show up for your family. Um, starting especially with you, as the part of that family, and um, yeah, with regards to so many aspects that I'm still absorbing. My I can relate with the story of that kind of father. Um, every person's father was different because every person is different. I
Yeah.
can relate to you how I finally came to a point where I had managed my father and my wounds about him, as well as myself, my wounding that I didn't even realize I was holding against myself. And I finally came to
Mm.
the point where I was able to actually stand up as the man and hold space for the boy in me, and then actually, show the boy that it was safe to now address my father and
Whoa.
actually go in to the place as the man and address my father and tell him exactly what he did, of course, to me, how it felt, what it caused how I acted in my life, and so there's this big the big part of it, however, was, I mean, so after all that, then what? The freeing part was actually being able to learn how to forgive and
Mm.
how to actually get that what I was managing up here, how to get that out of here. you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and I'm a decent emotional guy. I've written songs all my life, so some guys would think I'm more emotional than others, and I couldn't see, man. So there's so many ways I was in my own way, and one of the after a lot of work, um, which I'm thankful for, necessary work, I was able to actually go in and address my father clearly, without expectation, even like
Mm-hmm.
an actual like, oh, I don't expect much from you. No, that's still expecting. I mean, like centered in your man, holding space for the boy in you, in resolve of the hurt and pain, and then actually going as a sound man and saying, I forgive you, and please forgive me,
Wow.
and I forgive me. I stand up for me. I'm Nathan Squarebriggs, the man, and I'm thankful that God has made me this way. And I now can connect even deeper to the Father in me and God the Father and be
Whoa.
a father. And so
That's powerful, dude. Whoa.
this is the change that's in each of us. It's there,
Yeah.
and we just need to first of all, you're doing it. We need to do what you are doing right now, Andy, and each guy here. Um, and I see many men around me and my friends and guys, and once you start taking hold of ownership of yourself, you can see where you can start to see the path. You see the pattern, and then you understand it in grace, because you're not trying to amount up to something, and you're also not expecting others to amount up to what they're supposed to. Just like
Mm-hmm.
someone was supposed to amount up to something for you, when you were that little boy. There's so much of it that we start to go deeper into, and what I want to say is just after all of that said is well done, man. Well done for standing
Well
up,
said.
and
Well done
and
for you, man. That's
and you will now take ownership for you, for your spouse, for your kids, and your kids' kids. Imagine the impact and the pathway here. That's a long-term view from, I guess, what Kevin's saying, high up on the mountain. However, I'm not on the top of the mountain yet. I'm not.
No, me neither, brother. I'm just on the first little level, like a couple of feet up off the ground. And I'm just, we just help each other. That's all. It takes a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but just you're on the mountain.
Well
That's
said.
you're on the mountain. You decided to be on it, and where everyone else is still standing in the marsh, going like this.
Yeah, flailing.
Yeah.
That's a good image. Flailing around, and the more you struggle in that fucking quicksand, the worse it gets. The more it just fucking, it's like all the weeds just grabbing onto you, and just you get so fucked. The more you just flail at it, and then, oh man, what a great image about that, Nathan, and so well said. Jeez, that's good.
It's real, man. Like it's like right here. Finally,
It's a wild journey too.
Finally connecting it, man. Like and spiritually, it's it all. You get to the real honesty of things.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I've been working
Honesty
with Nathan for 6 months or so, right? It's been about that 5 or 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. Known you for a couple of years, but I think I did a couple of sessions with Wally 2 years ago, I think. Like, but after that, went for a while, and then there's a point in my marriage, and my fatherhood, new father. I'm like, I can't, I can't, I gotta get this dealt with. I gotta connect the dots. I gotta make sure I'm the healthiest, clear man for my family and myself. I didn't realize that even more. I was trying to be something for everyone else and add up to everyone else. And I didn't realizing that I didn't actually love it myself. I didn't even actually own myself and love myself or feel what I needed to feel or give myself the chance to.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was managing too much.
Mm-hmm.
So real.
That's what I'm striving for, man. That's the goal.
Yeah, the growth with Nathan, man. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps now. Like, the growth with him is like where he came in and where he is now is a whole new man, like a renewed man here, and it's just powerful to see that. And I was on the phone when he's telling me this story about his father. I started crying for him because it's the most beautiful thing to be a part of something. He chose to do this. He wanted to write a letter to his father, and we just did all the work. He went back and presented his letter to his father. And I was like, and then what the response from his father and where he stood and how he stood as the man, it brought tears to my eye because I did my job.
Yeah.
And I was really proud, not of me, I was proud of him. To have the courage and the ability to take that step.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and Wally, it's that's the cool part too, is you know that you did the work, like you put it in, and you took the coaching and you just learned. You took the responsibility to learn how. Yeah. And it's even more encouraging that the coaches that you learn from actually have been through a lot, or mostly not all exact the same story, but the areas are all similar to each of us. They've done the work themselves for years, and they know how. So this is learning now how, and I'm just like taking it all in. Like, it's just necessary to be able to live in the true love of yourself, live in the true passions you have in life, and I'm thankful, and thank you, Wally, again. Like, it's
brother,
proud
of you.
generational patterns are now on
Yeah.
a different track. I'm not going to be passing on things to my children. Yeah, I love my kids. I know I'm gonna have more kids. It's so funny because I don't even know I'm gonna have more kids. It's just, it's
You'll
I have a
know when
daughter.
you're out of the game. I am not in the game.
Yeah, and the kids who whether I have biological or adopt, to be able to, you know, make a lasting change is really what that is. And so, yeah, that's all I have to say about that right now.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
Nathan,
Yeah.
like I just see you shining your light here, and it is really beautiful. You and Wally have obviously done some really deep fucking work, and you've fought some demons and all this other shit that's going on. I can only imagine, but it's really beautiful just to see you um, sharing that energy. It's like it's warm, it's glowing. Um, I can feel your amazing just pursuit of your own truth, that clarity coming through. It's so awesome. I You spoke so powerfully today. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it is powerful. It's what's going on. It's like this. Yeah, the spirit, the man, the mind, the body. It's all
Yeah.
one, and you start to bring it into one connection. And Andrew, you mentioned talking with God and looking to Him and getting an answer. And even when we're not thinking it's going to happen, he still does. He shows up with all the promises, and the truth does not change, no
yeah.
matter what we feel. And
Right.
you'll start to feel a deeper resonance with your spirit, and how it's with when you've given your life to Jesus or giving your life to God, it's you start to feel this happening, as opposed to like, I'm here and He's a concept there.
Yeah.
It all is also you connecting to you very deeply, and you won't walk in a church being like, what the heck am I doing here? You'll know yourself why.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot. I could keep going, but
No, man, thank you. I'll be picking your brain more on that stuff with your dad down the road, I'm sure.
Yeah, man, feel free to ask. It's there's you'll discover that truth of for yourself with going through coaching with Wally. I know that, and then I can definitely give you the aspects though that relate to it. It's very similar. Some of the things that Kevin said today, I was like, wow, it's just like the map is there, of what happened, and then there's allowing yourself to feel what you needed to feel through
Yep.
these times. And that's why we're here, is we're getting out of here and getting down into here and connecting. It's yeah, and I love this, man. It's necessary, and it's being a true person.
Awesome, Nathan.
Oh, Kevin's parking.
Yeah, you
Yeah, you heard that. I was wondering if it would pick that up. Yeah, brothers, what an amazing call. Holy shit. Oh, this is so good. Oh,
Yeah,
just
man.
love all you guys. It's like Nathan just met you and Andy just met you, but I feel I've known you for years just from this one kind of hour and a half. Holy shit. It's amazing how similar, I think someone said it before, the similarities in terms of the broad areas, the names, faces, places, and details change, but the I think the hurt that we feel somehow is connected. I just like I could feel Nathan's light. Nick and Wally, I feel your beautiful warmth almost all the time, especially being on the call. But it's like I feel somehow even our hurt and the brotherhood, like I feel for you guys because I know that hurt, and I don't want other men to feel that way, because we need to heal, and God, the universe, or whatever our higher power is, will continue to keep kicking our asses until we do what we're meant to be doing. That's just how it goes, and so it's awesome to be on this journey, and I can't wait to continue this next time.
Awesome,
Yeah.
brother.
Absolutely.
Thanks for
Thank you,
speaking,
brothers.
Kevin.
Yeah, thank you. Wally, thanks for shooting me the message to come on this morning. I love
You're
you,
welcome.
brother.
Love you too, man.
This is
Good to see
this
you,
is
Kev.
good. I'm gonna go into my dance studio now and
Awesome.
shake my ass around a bit. So it's gonna be like, so it should be fun. Hope you guys have a powerful day. And yeah, man, Andy, hey, if you're on the group and stuff, and you're, if you're hurting and your woman is giving you venom and it comes hard to take, hop on there or shoot someone a message and like reach out for help. Don't just go it alone. I know that's how it is. That's how it feels. Like, I'm gonna do it. Fuck off, everybody. Oh, fuck you. I get it. That's not the way. It's not it. The way is to be vulnerable with your men and say, this fucking sucks. I need help.
Yeah.
Because we've
No, I'm
all
looking
been there.
forward to
Okay,
it.
man.
I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to it. I need it. I need it for sure.
The most powerful
Okay.
thing you can do is ask for help. So if you need help, ask.
Can we
Absolutely.
all cheer together? I feel that we need a cheer. Okay.
Yeah.
On whatever way makes sense to you on 3, 2, 1. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Ah!
Nice.
All right.
Going up.
All right, guys.
All right. Thanks, Kevin.
Love you guys.
All
I'm gonna
right.
take off. See
All
ya.
right. See you in a bit,
Good to
Wally.
see you
All
guys.
right.
Good to meet you, Andy and Kevin.
Yeah. Good to see you guys. Later.
Cheers, brother.
All right. Bye-bye.
Talk soon.